Hey, what's up? It's your boy Abby Levine coming at you live from my landlord's house. I am one half of the Levines, including my dad Schmillick, also known as El Stuarto, or middle name Superman. I'm starting this new show called The Levines. This is Corona edition. It's called COVID and Codependency. So the coronavirus, despite its drawbacks, has given me the excuse to justify all the things I love doing, like drinking tea and getting in touching with myself and applying for food stamps. And like you, I've been looking for magical cures to ward this shit off. And at least at the beginning, there were like all kinds of things that I bought into and told others to do. Like I started drinking warm water every 15 minutes to wash the virus away. And that's actually something that CVS told its employees to do. There's also putting essential oils into everything. Yes, my pillow does smell like a tea tree. And of course, there's maintaining warm environments. So I am wearing my socks and my slippers, and it feels great. The problem is, despite taking all of these steps, I have trouble self-isolating. Why is that? It's because I'm in a codependent relationship with my dad. If you don't know, my dad is like Frank from Shameless, the one about the poor white trash family in Chicago that can't take care of their needs and continually take it out on themselves. But the worst problem above all that is their dad, Frank, who has no shame. And it's true. I feel all the shame and guilt that my dad doesn't whenever I don't do things for him. And the thing about my dad is that rather than doing coke and drinking and then blaming his family members for not loving him, his main reason for lashing out is not getting his Camel non-filters, which is a rare brand of cigarette that costs about $12 a pack on a good day. My dad would have money to buy his Camels, except that he canceled his EBT card. And that's a bad thing to do in the COVID virus. Why did he cancel the EBT card? He claimed that I was using his money in his card. And yes, I might have bought an organic meal at the Seward Friendship Store once or twice. But overall, I deserved whatever I got for all the pain and suffering that I've had to endure being with El Stuarto. Anyways, let me just show you what you have to do to apply for a food stamp card. In the past, it was kind of doable because you go in, you submit your income, blah, 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 and they tell you you're approved or not approved. Anyways, now to apply for food stamps during the time of the coronavirus, you have to submit all of documents for the past year or so that prove your income, that verify, my social security number is on that form, that verify your bank account and your employment and blah, 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 and send them your paychecks or your pay stubs. That's one thing, but on top of that, my dad can't really hear that well, and he lives in his own reality due to the narcissism and whatnot. So, essentially, the card is supposed to arrive at downtown location, but we can't pick up the card because, one, it hasn't gotten there yet and we can't tell. Two, there's no fucking way that I'm getting in a car with him and driving him down there. And three, whenever someone tries to tell him something, he just yells back at them what he thinks they're not hearing. Yesterday I went over there to try to figure some shit out. I took some stitches out of his hand because when he was staying at the previous shelter, he had cut open his hand as an act of emotional expression, or because he was sleeping on his knife. I don't really know what it was, but I went to his house, took out the stitches. He was outside wearing his pair of moccasin slippers and just darted across the street. He's actually pretty fast with his Mercedes Walker. And he went across the street. I was yelling at him to come back. He didn't hear me. Everyone's staring at us. That's nothing new. Brought him back, took out his stitches, and I told him when he coughs to cover his elbow. And yes, I get it. He's a grown-ass man and then some. I shouldn't be telling him how to live his life. But I was concerned, okay? I did not want the cough to get on me and for me to be a virus spreader, as that's worse than being called a racist these days. And so, yeah. So, wait, what happened later? Oh yes, he said this motherfucker. I'm probably gonna get kicked off of Facebook pretty soon, but he called me. And no, he texted me. He's like, I have the COVID. At least give me my cigarettes before I die. And I never know if my dad is being serious or not. Most of the time, not, because he can't talk about anything with gravity without making a joke. So yeah, it turns out that he doesn't have the COVID. He was in the emergency room about a week ago with pneumonia and fever. But as far as I can tell, by looking at him as an experienced... Actually, I have no experience with this. But as far as looking at him, I don't think he's got the virus. It could be. But anyways, so I told him to cover his mouth. And his response to that was for me to stop telling him how to live his life. And in fact, I'm just trying to get him to continue his life and for someone to not take him out because he's coughing in their face. So that is the deal with the Levines. I'm going to leave it there, but it's safe to say within the next 24 minutes there's going to be a lot more from Levine and Levine. So I hope to share those updates with you. Thanks for being with me in Codependency. I'm out this piece. Bye.